What's good, everybody? Today we're going to be predicting UFC Fight Night, Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira. This is the first fight night of the year. Okay, main event. You know, could be better, could be worse. And I'm not going to lie, we got some jobbers on this card, guys. Some people that we do not give a fuck about. We're going to go through them in a second. As you're going to see, we're going to make some educated guesses. I'm going to give you my picks, but I'll let you know when we get to the point where I actually know what I'm talking about, right? So, starting off with, this is what I'm talking about. Claudia Saigula versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Oh my god. So what we got here? We got Polish women's fighter versus Brazilian women's fighter. Right off the bat, I'm favoring the Polish power. You know, as we know, we got Jan Blachowicz, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. We got a couple good polls in the UFC. 5'8", 5'7", 7-2 record versus 13-7. Reach advantage, leg reach advantage, 1 inch height advantage. You gotta go with Claudia, man. This is a textbook. Of course, you know, you talk to any high-level analyst, they're gonna tell you, you know, Claudia Saigula, she's got a really good inside leg kick. She has a nasty spinning heel kick. You know, only casuals wouldn't know about her nasty ankle lock game on the ground. You know, so we're gonna go Claudia Saigula to win by decision. I believe this is her debut. What are these? Oh, win by. Oh, these are her percentages. KO, decision. Yeah. Winning by decision. See, I could have told you that the women's fight would end by decision without even getting into it. The odds, no idea yet. But let's go with Claudia Saigula by decision. Next, Muin Gafurov versus Jakub Wiklacz. So another Polish fighter versus a fighter from Tajikistan. 20-6 record versus 17-3-2 record. They both won their last fights, as we can see here. Oof. I think this is going to go... I'd give this one again to the Polish fighter, man. Jakub Wiklacz. Jesus Christ. I've heard of him. I've seen him fight, I believe, twice outside the UFC. He has 0-inch leg reach and 0-inch reach, alright? Thank you, UFC. Just this company just sold for like $7 billion or whatever, by the way. Hey, I'd give it to Jakub, and I'd give it for him by decision. I believe... Yeah. There's a high percentage of sub, so it seems like he's a grappler, but he has a really long average fight time, so he's gone the distance in his one only UFC fight. I'd give it to Jakub Wiklacz by decision. Again, these are guys that don't have a big name in the UFC. We don't know much about them yet. Give me the Polish fighter. We're 2 for 2 on Polish. Now, this is my rule for women's fights and jobbers fights actually in general. I look at the country more than anything else. And when there's China versus Brazil, I'm always favoring China. I favor the Asian countries over the other ones when I'm doing like jobbers. So if it's a guy fighting from Japan versus a guy fighting and he's coming out of Mexico, I give it to the Japanese guy. Just like if I don't know nothing. But even if I do know something, we got 8-1 record, both wins, same height. Slight reach disadvantage for the Japanese fighter or the Chinese fighter. I'd give it to her still, again, by decision. This is, you can't really bet for a women's fight to go anywhere outside of decision unless it's a Kayla Harrison fight, unless it's an Amanda Nunes fight, Ronda Rousey back in the day. But yeah, give me Wayne Kong by decision. Oh, I know Wayne Kong, actually. I've seen her fight. So yeah, even better. Give me Wayne Kong by decision. Next. Javid Basharat versus Gianni Vasquez. Alright, so we don't know nothing about this motherfucker apart from the fact that he's from Mexico. Alright, great. Jesus Christ, we don't even know his record. Bro, what's this guy's record? Let's look him up real quick. Gianni Vasquez. Let's look him up. Kryptonita. 13-4-1. I've seen enough, buddy. Give me Basharat by decision. I don't care that this guy's lost his last fight. Him and his brother, they're good. They're like ranked kind of level fighters in the UFC. This guy, if he's debuting, yeah, give me Basharat. His record is not impressive enough for me to take him. When I get a guy that's coming in from his debut, given the fact that there's octagon jitters, given the fact that people are nervous, you know, coming to their first fight in the UFC, given the fact that they're fighting a whole different level of competition, this guy has to be really, really good coming out. You know, this has to be like a Conor McGregor from Cage Warriors, Ian Gary coming out when he made his debut. You know, fucking Aldo coming from the WEC. Like, this has to be that level of debutant for me to actually think, okay, they have a chance against UFC level competition. Give me Basharat by decision. There's no odds, but when they have the win buys, yeah, they haven't even calculated for Yanni. All right, bro. Maybe he's a short. Is he a short notice guy? I didn't hear anything about that, but he could just be a short notice guy. So even then, give me Javid Basharat by decision. Next, fucking Bruno Brazil. Holy shit, how many girls do we have on this card? 11-5 versus 15-6 record. Two mega jobbers. Jesus Christ, they're both coming off of a loss. Holy shit, what are these records, man? 5-6 versus 5-3. Huge high advantage, 3 inches, man. 2.5 inch reach advantage, 3 inch leg reach advantage. What's this girl? What's her deal, man? Significant strikes, absorb defense, win by KO TKO. Okay, I guess she's a power puncher. All right. Nah, man. Takedown average. Yeah, she doesn't like taking to the ground. So yeah, give me Bruna Brazil by decision. Bruna Brazil, I've heard good things about her. We've seen her fight recently. They both lost, but she's capable. You know, these are both Brazilian fighters. Give me Bruna Brazil by decision. Next, Nikolai Verenetnikov, fucking hell, versus Nico Price. 13-7 versus 16-9. 2-0 contest. Jesus Christ. Fighting out of Ukraine, even though the flag says Kazakhstan. Very well made by the UFC here. 6'1", 6 foot, 74. So he has a slight disadvantage in the reach. It's not gonna matter, I think, in this fight. The fact that I don't know the streak that this guy's on, but give me Nikolai Verenetnikov by decision again, because Nico Price is just not good in the UFC. Like, every time I've seen him fight, he's getting cooked. I just haven't seen any highlights of this man. Look how he's built, bro. He looks like it's 3 people put together. His head doesn't match his torso. His torso doesn't match his fucking legs. Bro, look at this guy's proportions. He looks like a frog. No. Give me the Kazakhstan warrior. I got a couple friends from Kazakhstan. Maybe he's from Ukraine. I don't know whichever one of these countries he's from, but give me that man regardless. Daniel Lochenko from Ukraine versus Alex Morono from the US. All right. So here we got, bro. Okay, he's 24-12, guys. He has a 0 point. Like, he has a. Oh my god. He's has half of his wins or losses. 24-12, 1-0 contest. Are we serious? Bro, give me fucking Daniel by knockout. Like, what are we talking about? We're looking at these records. How the fuck do you have 12 losses and you're still in the UFC? Alex Morono, please get out of my division. What? This is welterweight? Yeah. Daniil Dochenko by knockout. Easy. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Dustin Jacoby versus Julius Walker. So Dustin Jacoby, he's a guy that's been around the UFC for a long time. Against Julius Walker, who has not been in the UFC for that long. But he has a better record. He's far younger. This is a light heavyweight, so these are two big boys. I like Julius Walker. I've seen 2 of his fights as of the UFC. Give me Julius Walker by knockout. I'd say round 1, round 2 knockout against Jacoby. Even though they're both coming off of a win, I favor the younger and more explosive guy, especially up at these heavier weight classes. Next, Farid Basharat. So we got the 2 Basharat brothers fighting on this card, right? Yeah, Basharat. Yeah, man, look at this. Javid and Farid. Look at them. Both Basharat brothers fighting here. Gian Matsumoto versus Farid Basharat. So Farid is still undefeated, but we got Gian Matsumoto, who's really good. He's looked really sharp in his fights in the UFC. What was his last fight? What did he win by his last fight? I forgot what he won the last fight, but in this is a tough fight. I don't rate. I know I said both the Basharat bros, they're good for the division, but I don't really rate him that highly. I don't know if I rate him highly enough to favor him over Gian. I think I'm gonna have to go Gian Matsumoto by very close decision. So this might be the pick that looks the worst in retrospect, but I think give me Gian Matsumoto by Farid by decision against Farid, taking the O away. You know how it is. Next, Michael Olenjachuk versus Marc-Andre Barriault. So, two fucking jobbers, but Michael Olenjachuk is always scrapping, while Marc-Andre Barriault is getting slapped by these guys. So middleweight, Marc-Andre Barriault, I believe he's the guy that lost to Shara. I don't know if it was the double back fist knockout. No, that was someone else. But give me Michael Olenjachuk by late knockout. So this fight is gonna get scrappy. Both of these guys have bad strike defense, but we've seen Michael Olenjachuk in some big wars. So give me him by late knockout, round 3 knockout, something like that. It's going to be scrappy, and I think that Michael can dish it more than Mark can take it. And the vice versa is not true. Also, I've picked all the Polish fighters on this card so far, so just fuck it. Let's just keep going with it. Jailton Almeida versus Rizvan Kuniev. So, Jailton Almeida just lost a robbery decision, in my opinion, to the big tall fucker, Volkov. And Rizvan Kuniev also lost a robbery decision to Razor Curtis Blades. So what are we doing with this fight? Two grapplers. One of them is a wrestler. One of them was supposed to be a jiu-jitsu guy, but he ended up just wrestling, I guess. I'd say this is going to be probably the most boring fight on the card, unless they cancel each other out and just start scrapping on the feet. That would be crazy. But these are both like two quote-unquote prospects, I guess, in the heavyweight division, but they don't really got that much going on. They got no motion, right? Give me Jailton by decision. Jailton by close decision, grappling, boring, smudge decision. There's going to be some scrambles, some counter grappling. Maybe they're going to like lie to themselves and like strike on the feet for a little bit, but no, man. Give me Jailton Almeida by decision. Amir Albazi versus Kyoji Horiguchi. The GOAT! Honestly, I picked against Kyoji Horiguchi when he came back into the UFC and he beat Saeed or whoever the tall fucker was at bantamweight. Bro, give me Kyoji, bro. I don't care that he's old. I don't care that he's short, that he's a midget. Like, give me Kyoji Horiguchi. He's coming for the belt. There's going to be a Kyoji Horiguchi fight this year, as I predicted in Japan. Or I hope so. And Amir Albazi is not that good, man. We saw him get dismounted by Moreno, who's great. But Moreno himself just got slimed out by Taira. So, give me Kyoji by... I don't think Amir's going to get finished. So, give me Kyoji by dominant round, 3-round decision. This is the safe bet at flyweight. Give me Kyoji, man. And now, for the main event that we don't really care that much about. Fucking hell. Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira. So this is the chopped smudge decision grappler versus the Chad. Fucking hell. The Chud exciting overwhelming energy striker, right? So what's the safe bet here? The safe bet is, as you've seen in the thumbnail, we got a chopped masterclass. Mario Bautista is going to take Vinicius Oliveira down. It's going to wear him down. Vinicius can't really do that much on the ground. You know, he was losing that fight where he got that flying knee KO. But he got it right at the end when they got up. They got separated like last seconds of the round. Even though Mario Bautista just lost to Umar, that's not a bad loss. That's probably the third best guy in the division outside of Yon and Merab. So give me Mario Bautista, smudge win over Vinicius Oliveira. I don't know if Vinicius is ranked right now. Is he ranked? Hold on. What's the rankings for these guys? Can I see? Let's see. He's ranked number 11th in the division. Honestly, that's where he belongs. And Bautista belongs to be higher up if we're talking about skill. So yeah, give me Mario Bautista winning this by decision. I don't think there's any other like correct option to pick. There's a lot of decisions I've picked on this card. But I just can't see Vinicius winning, you know? He'd have to chin him. And I don't think Mario Bautista is gonna get chin. Look at his fucking head, bro. You know, God does not punish a man twice. He does not make him chopped and chinny, right? He has to pick a struggle. So he made Mario Bautista chopped. It's not going to be chinny. All right? So give me Mario Bautista by decision against Vinicius Oliveira. So let's recap the card real quick. We got Claudia Segula winning by decision. Jakub Wilach by decision. Wayne Kong by decision. Javid Bashrat destroying this fucking debuting Mexican by decision. Bruno Brazil by decision. Nikolai, I believe, did I pick him by knockout or by decision? Daniel Dochenko by decision. Julius Walker by knockout. John Matsumoto by decision. Close decision. Mikhail Olenjechuk by knockout. Jilton Almeida by decision. Kyoji Horiguchi by decision. And Mario Bautista by decision. As you guys can tell, if the card goes the way I think it's going to go, it's going to be a boring ass fucking card. And I'm going to be awake for all of it. Fucking hell. You know, there's times like this where you wish I wasn't a fan of the UFC. You know, if I was a fan of football, like La Liga, you know, over here we got Barcelona, Madrid, Atletico de Madrid. We got all these teams. Bro, I could watch this at a regular time and talk about these but no, I just like to see half naked guys fight Saturday night, Sunday morning, and I have to stay awake for that, man. It's no one's fault but my own. But goddamn, alright? Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go prepare my fucking sleeping pills for Sunday. Oh my god.